All right, I'm here today joined by Kayla Thompson, who's an admissions counselor at Depauw University. Kayla, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so just start off, DePaul. Tell us a little bit about it, where it is, how many kids go there,
Mhm.
any pertinent information, and why someone would want to attend DePaul.
All right. So DePauw is a small liberal arts school, small private liberal arts school in Greencastle, Indiana. So we're in the middle of the cornfield, but we bring in right now we currently have enrolled 1,700 students. So we do really well with pulling students from different parts of the world. We represent 35 countries and 38 states. This year, we brought in our largest class of international students of 175 students. So DePaul is small but big enough in that you'll see some people that you're not familiar with every day, but it's small enough so that you know people when you're walking by. And we're also called DePaul University because we have two schools. We have the College of Liberal Arts, where a majority of our students matriculate, and then we have the School of Music program. So if there are students interested in performance or music education. The School of Music has their own programs. And then, fun fact, we are also opening a School of Business in the fall 2023. So, in the past, DePauw has done really well with preparing world leaders and entrepreneurs, and so we decided to formalize that. So we're introducing our School of Business very soon. And then the following year, we're opening our School of Creative Arts. So the School of Music will still exist. It will just be under the School of Creative Arts, where we're then going to focus on performance and other creative arts as well. So that's a little bit about DePauw.
Wow, that's you got a lot going on the next couple of years.
Yes, we are a forward thinking institution. A lot of this is part of our strategic plan, which can be found on our website. So it's called Strategic Goals and Bold Plan 2027. And so it just outlines the ways in which we are committed to uncommon success and providing prospective students and current students with a phenomenal DePauw experience.
Now, with the growth and the additional schools that you're adding, are you thinking that the school's going to grow, or are you still going to stay kind of small? Like, is that going to tighten the
Mhm.
requirements?
I'm not sure about that yet. All of that is still in the works, but I imagine that we want DePauw to be a growing and thriving university. So we are expecting to bringing more students in, more enrolled students.
Okay, okay. So, what do you look for in a potential student who come to DePaul?
So that's interesting because when I meet with students, I tell them there's no archetype of a student, right? There's no like ideal student. Typically, we look for students who are curious, who are driven, who really want to learn and are open to new experiences because again coming to the middle of nowhere is a very new experience, so we're looking for students who are just open-minded and ready to learn and who are talented, bright, all of those things, and really excited about pursuing a college education. Those are a few qualities that I can think of.
Gotcha. So, just people ready to learn and explore, right?
Yes.
I gotcha. So, what are the like academic requirements to get into DePaul? I mean, it's a very prestigious university. So, what are some of the requirements that students need to look at?
Well, it's hard to say requirements because we do a holistic review, and I like to tell students that numbers don't define them, but we are a selective institution, and so we are hoping for students who typically are in the A area, who's an A student, but like some B grades. My bad. Um, we look at the transcripts, we look at the curriculum, to see the trajectory of their high school career. We want to see if they're taking dual credits, AP credits. We also look at their activities and their involvements. What are they involved in outside of school or after school? We also look at the letter of recommendations as well. Right now, we only require one, but they can submit up to three. And in that recommendation, we want teachers and counselors to be able to speak to the quality of the student inside and outside of the classroom to help us get a sense of who they are. But we don't have specific SAT, ACT scores. We
Are
just,
you
yeah.
are you test required?
No, we're test optional.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so we just moved to test optional because, again, we really feel strongly that numbers don't necessarily define a student. So if a student does waive the test score, that doesn't harm their chances because we're, again, looking at their entire application.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you've got a student who's potentially got more B's than A's, but they're challenging themselves in
Mhm.
difficult classes and they're very involved, I mean, they're still not. It's not like they're not going to be able to get in because their grade point average isn't a 4.0 or 3.9 or something.
Correct. Yes. We're looking for students who are challenging themselves and trying to be the best version of themselves, really. We don't look for perfectionists because, as a matter of fact, I just graduated from Depauw in May. Um, Depauw does this thing where it's very hard to get an A, like in any of your classes. So we don't expect students coming in with like every single year in your transcript. So you worded it perfectly. We're looking for students who are challenging themselves and who's curious and working hard in and out the classroom.
Gotcha. So you talked about the world leaders that you've got. I know several people who have gone to DePaul and have gone into law.
Yes.
I know a couple of students from here who are actually at DePaul, and I believe they're doing pre-law. And then the music department there. So what are some of the majors or the schools there which are you guys are well known for? Or you think deserves a shout out, or you think are great schools or departments, majors? And
Mhm.
are there separate requirements to get into those?
So I will say, for the School of Music, yes, they have an entire different process than regular admission at DePaul, which is through the College of Liberal Arts. And so Sean Cook, he's our creative arts specialist. So I highly encourage students, if they're interested in thinking about DePaul School of Music, to reach out to him. Um, so they do auditions and things like that for their requirements. And then for as far as the School of Business and School of Creative Arts, that stuff is still in the works. So as soon as we get more information about what the requirements are going to look like, which I don't imagine it being different, students will probably just indicate their interest in the type of school they want to go to. So it's not too much work on their end. As soon as we get more information, we'll share that with the schools and counselors so that they're updated. But as for right now, the School of Music is a program that has its own different um, application process than the College of Liberal Arts.
Okay, okay.
Yes. And
And
then,
then, oh,
okay,
sorry.
I was just gonna say some of our top majors here at DePauw, very diverse interests. Students are interested in economics, communications, biology, English writing, kinesiology, political science, global health. Um, yeah, those are the top ones that I can name off the top of my head. History is another one. So students have very diverse interests when they're here. I think the cool thing about DePauw is that students aren't required to declare their major until their second semester of their sophomore year. So they have lots of opportunities to explore and engage in different courses that will allow them to make their own decision on what they want to major in.
Oh, very good. Now, what did you major in?
I majored in Africana studies.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Very neat. Um, so as far as the cost, because that's
Mhm.
the big thing for students nowadays, what's the cost to attend DePaul, and what kind of financial aid is offered for that?
Okay. So we are an expensive institution. Right now, the tuition fees for this year is $69,890 per year. And students and parents are usually like, whoa, that's a lot. But the good thing is that 90% of students pay less than this cost. So I want to reiterate 90% pay less. It doesn't mean they're paying 90% less. It's just 90% of students, when they see that cost, they're most of the time they're not going to pay that sticker price. And so we are Because we are a private institution, that's when we really encourage families to fill out the FAFSA so we can see what opportunities what financial aid opportunities we can provide on our end. We have institutional grants, we have merit scholarship where students may be eligible for 20,000 to 40,000 a year. We have DePauw specific scholarships. So, for example, the Rector Scholarship, the Bonner Scholarship, they can apply to that as well. Some of them on our website require additional essays, but if it's an essay that will make you pay less for college, then why not? What's one more essay to a couple $1,000s? So we have lots of opportunities. We work closely with families to ensure that they get a reasonable financial aid package. And again, 90% of students and families pay less than the sticker price here.
Okay. All right. So now is the 69,000, is that everything or is that just the tuition?
That's everything. Tuition, so I can give you a breakdown. Tuition is $54,400. Room and board is $14,400. Mandatory fees is $1,010, and then the housing fee is $80.
Okay. Okay. So just kind of anything we forgot. Is there anything you need to say or anything you think you need to add on to it just about DePauw University as a whole?
Yes, I highly encourage students to visit when and if they can. There's nothing like seeing a campus and envisioning yourself. As a matter of fact, when I was in high school, one advice that I got as we were going on college tours was to close your eyes and see if you can imagine yourself on a campus. I think that's really helpful for students because it allows you to see if a place fits you and that this is a really, really big decision that you're making in your life. So you want to take your time with it and do what makes you happy. You know, if you apply to DePauw, great. If you don't, that's also great. It's about what fits you and your interests. But we highly encourage students to visit so they can get that like full experience of being on campus and possibly sitting in on courses, meeting with professors and coaches and things like that.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's a very prestigious, well-known university, so it's always a wonderful option for students.
Yes.
All right, Kayla Thompson, admissions counselor at DePauw University. Thank you so much for helping me out today.
Thank you so much for having me.